Welcome to today's presentation on Richardson ISD online enrollment process. In this presentation, we are going to cover the following information: enrollment in RISD, required documents to enroll, School Finder, also known as School Locator, how to create a PowerSchool account, returning and new student enrollment. We are going to cover the differences between these two forms, filling out an enrollment application, how to submit pending documents, last day to enroll with a Snapcode, and last but not least, who to contact for help. Enrollment in RISD must be completed through the online process, as enrollment via paper form is not available. In order to enroll in RISD, you will need to visit the district's main website at www.risd.org and click the online enrollment option. The direct link to the online enrollment website is web.risd.org/enrollonline. But if you do not have this address available, you can always visit risd.org and click online enrollment. The online enrollment website contains important and useful information for families. This is why we encourage families to visit the district's website. On this page, you will find information about what do I need to enroll. This option provides your information about all the required documents that you will need to provide the school in order to enroll a student in RISD. You will also find information about the enrollment process, transfer requests, FAQs, School Finder, the links available to complete the online enrollment forms, and who to contact for help. Since enrollment in RISD is done through the online forms only, you can contact your school if you need assistance with electronic devices, or if you need assistance completing the online forms. Call your school to schedule an appointment before heading to your nearest school. Now we are going to cover required documents to enroll a student in RISD. For new students, a parent or other person with legal control of a child who enrolls a child in the district must provide child's proof of identity, which is the child's birth certificate or another document suitable as proof of the child's identity. If the parent certifies that the birth certificate is not available, RISD will accept a valid passport, hospital birth record, church baptismal record, adoption record, or other legal document that establishes the child's identity. You can find this information on the RISD online enrollment website. Social Security card. This is optional. RISD uses the student's Social Security number for submissions under the Public Education Information Management System, PIMS. If a parent chooses not to provide a Social Security number, RISD will assign a state-approved identifier. Child's complete immunization records, which must show the date, month, and year of every immunization received. Proof of residency. Current electric, water, or gas bill, which must contain the parent's name and parent's address. Current apartment lease, which must contain the parent's name and the parent's address. Telephone, internet, or cable bills are not accepted as valid proof of residency. Parent guardian's ID, such as driver license, state ID, or passport. Proof of withdrawal form from child's former school. This is required only if the child was withdrawn from school during the current school year. Child's last report card. For returning students, the required documents to complete enrollment are the proof of residency, which is a current electric, water, or gas bill which must contain the parent's name and address, or current apartment lease, which must contain the parent's name and address. Telephone, internet, or cable bills are not accepted as valid proof of residency. Immunizations must be up to date. If you have any questions about the required documents for enrollment or need further clarification, you should contact your attendance area school. Your school will be able to answer any questions related to these documents. Before completing an online enrollment, parents must verify that their home address falls within the district boundaries using the RISD School Finder tool, also known as School Locator. In order for a student to attend school in RISD, the student must live within the RISD boundaries. If you are not able to find your home address with School Finder, it means that your home address is outside of the district boundaries. Therefore, an application should not be completed. If you think that there might be an error, please contact your nearest school for assistance. School Locator is also found during the online enrollment process for new students. If the School Locator cannot find your address, your application will not be received by a school until we are able to verify your address. It is very important to submit your proof of residency as soon as possible and notify your nearest school if you think that there might be a mistake with the School Locator. All students should enroll at their attendance area school. Therefore, the School Locator assigns the school when an address is entered during the online enrollment process. If you have questions about transfers and magnet schools, you should contact your home campus for information and directions. Now we are going to cover how to create a PowerSchool account. On the online enrollment page, click the enrollment link that best fits your child's enrollment status. We now know that we need to visit the RISD.org website and select the online enrollment option in order to go to the RISD online enrollment website. You will be able to create an account from any of the online enrollment links available on this page. Once you click on the link, you will be taken to the next page, which will contain information related to that particular enrollment form. In order to create an account, click the I have a Snapcode link, which is for returning students only, or I do not have a Snapcode link for new students. You will then reach the Sign In and Create Account page. Click Create Account. Once you click Create Account, you will be taken to the Create Account page. On this page, you will need to complete all the fields. First name, last name, daytime phone, email address. This is very important as it is needed to recover your password. You will need to create a password and then retype your password. Create 2 security questions with answers, which are very important as they are also needed to recover your password. It is very important that you remember your email address and security questions with answers. We recommend writing it down in a secure place because anytime that you need to recover your password, you will be asked for your email address or your security questions. If you choose to recover your password using your email address, a temporary password will be sent to the email address used to create the PowerSchool account. If you choose to answer your security questions instead, you will be able to change your password after successfully answering your security questions. Next, comply with COPPA and click Create Account. This is the last step to create your account. Anytime that you need to go back to your PowerSchool account, you will need to select the Sign In option. You do not need to click on Create Account anymore, unless you wanted to create a different account using a different email address. Now we are going to cover information about returning a new student online enrollment. Returning students are students who are currently active attending school in RISD. Returning students need a Snapcode in order to complete online enrollment and will need to look for the I have a Snapcode option on the RISD online enrollment website to enroll for the upcoming school year. Students will receive their Snapcode letter and/or email from their current school, which will contain detailed instructions for accessing the PowerSchool system. Families will not be able to begin the online enrollment process until they have received a Snapcode for their students. And what is a Snapcode? A Snapcode is a unique enrollment code assigned to each student each year. Therefore, the Snapcode serves as a key for parents to access their child's online enrollment form. Once a unique Snapcode is entered and associated with an account, the Snapcode does not need to be entered again. Snapcodes are different each year, and they are unique to each student and cannot be shared between siblings. Parents with multiple students in RISD will receive a separate Snapcode for each currently enrolled student. Snapcodes can only be used once, and it is one Snapcode per school year. Therefore, students cannot obtain a different Snapcode for the same school year. Returning students can only submit one returning enrollment form per school year. New students are students who are new to the district or are formerly enrolled RISD students who are not currently attending RISD. New students will need to look for the I do not have a Snapcode option in order to enroll for the upcoming school year. New students do not need a Snapcode to enroll, and it is one application per student. Next, we are going to cover the steps for filling out an enrollment application. First, we are going to look at the steps for filling out a returning student enrollment form. In order to start a returning student enrollment form, you first need to obtain the Snapcode email or letter from the school. If you receive a Snapcode email, you will have access to the direct link. With this link, there is no need to enter the Snapcode, as the Snapcode is already included in the link. By clicking on this link, you are automatically entering your child's Snapcode. Then you will be taken straight to the Sign In or Create Account page. If you have received a letter, you will need to visit the RISD online enrollment page, which is web.risd.org/enrollonline, and click the I have a Snapcode link to start the process. Then you must enter the Snapcode when prompted. You also have the option to continue your work if you have already started the process but didn't finish. In this demo, we are going to cover the steps to manually enter the Snapcode when a Snapcode letter is received. When ready to enter the Snapcode, enter Snapcode exactly as it appears on the letter or email. Note that the Snapcode is formatted with 5 letters, 5 numbers, and 5 letters, for a total of 15 characters. Do not leave any blank spaces at the beginning, in between the characters, or at the end, otherwise the Snapcode will not work. You have the option to continue your work if an application has already been started. If this is the case, click on Continue your work. After successfully entering your child's Snapcode, you will be prompted to sign in into your account, or you can create an account if you have never created one before. You can use accounts that you have created for previous years. Once logged in, you will need to verify the student's date of birth. The acceptable format is 2 digits for the month, 2 digits for the day, and 4 digits for the year. For example, 02 for the month, 07 for the day, 2008 for the year. You have 3 attempts to enter the correct student's date of birth. After the 3rd attempt, parent must contact the school for assistance, as the student's record will be placed on hold. The school will need to remove the hold from the record after verifying information with the parent. The reason why a record could be placed on hold is if the school has the wrong date of birth in the system, or the wrong date of birth is entered by the parent. The school will need to verify the student's date of birth in the system and remove the hold. Once the hold is removed, parents shall try again. This time, only 1 attempt is allowed. If the record is placed on hold again, the parent must contact the school to remove the hold again. Once the student's date of birth is validated, the parent will be able to access the student's form, which is already pre-filled with student's data. The first page is the introduction page. Families are encouraged to read the introduction page, as this page contains important information about the enrollment process, such as how to navigate the form, what documents are needed to enroll, or once an application is submitted, no more documents can be submitted through the online application, as the application can only be submitted once. The navigation buttons are located at the bottom of the page. You can go to the next page by clicking Next. The options located at the top right-hand side are the dashboard. If you click on this option, it will take you to your PowerSchool account main page. Help. If you click on this option, it will take you to PowerSchool Community, in where you will be able to find helpful articles about enrollment. Language. If you click on this option, you will be able to change the language. We currently have English and Spanish, but the district is always looking to add more options. The blue circle with your initials allow you to save and sign out so that you can continue later. It also gives you the option to go to your account. Once you click Next, you will be taken to the student page. As you go through the application, you will need to make sure to complete all the required fields in order to be able to submit the form. Required fields have Require next to the field. You also need to make sure to enter information in the acceptable format. If you need to meet a certain format, a brief description of the format will be available for a specific field. For example, the phone numbers. The phone numbers need to be entered in the following format: 3 numbers, space, 3 numbers, space, 4 numbers, or 3 numbers, dash, 3 number, dash, 4 numbers, or 3 numbers in parentheses, space, 3 numbers, dash, 4 numbers. You can use the navigation buttons to go to the previous page or next page at any time to look for missing information. You may also go to a different page by clicking on the desired page on the left-hand side. You have the options to go to Student, Family Information, Siblings in Emergency, Health, Permissions, Signatures, Useful Links, and Summary. You can enter information or make edits in any of the pages at any time. Make sure to go through all of the different pages and complete all the required fields. On the signature page, make sure to enter today's date, even if you started the form a day or a week ago. If you do not change the date to today's date, an alert will appear indicating that today's date should be entered in the signature field. Notice that the form will allow you to proceed, but you will not be able to submit the form until you correct the date to today's date. On the summary page, you will be able to see if you are missing or have incorrect information. The summary page will show you the status of each page. You may click on the specific page to go back to that specific page and complete any missing information on that page. You may also click on Find Invalid Fields to be taken back to the first page, which is the student's page. In the summary page, notice that you cannot submit the form at this time. Clicking on the Family Information takes you back to the Family Information page. Once on the Family Information page, look for required fields and complete the missing information on the Family Information page. Required fields will be marked in red. Move to Previous or Next page to look for missing required fields, or use the options on the left-hand side to go to a specific page. You can always go back to the Summary page to look for the status of each page and find missing information. Once you have completed all the required fields, the status of each page will show a green check mark, and the Submit button becomes available. Before clicking on the Submit button, be sure to check your data. If you have not uploaded your documents, this is the time to do it. Once you click Submit, no more changes can be done to the application, and no more documents can be uploaded through the online form. When ready, click Submit. Wait for a few seconds, and the confirmation page will appear. At this time, you have submitted your child's online enrollment and are no longer able to make corrections or submit pending documents through the online enrollment form. At this time, the student's submitted form is not considered complete or finalized. The student's current school will receive the form and review it to make sure everything is correct and required documents have been submitted. If something is missing or incorrect, the school will contact you. In this next slide, we are going to look at the new student enrollment form. In order to start a new student enrollment form, you must go to the RISD online enrollment website and select the I do not have a Snapcode link to begin the enrollment process. The differences between a returning student enrollment form and a new student enrollment form is that new student enrollment form is longer. A Snapcode is not needed to enroll, and the school locator identifies the school that is associated with the student's home address and grade level. Once you click on the I do not have a Snapcode link, you will be asked to sign in or create an account. Click Sign In if you have already created an account with PowerSchool. You can use accounts that you have created in previous years. If you have never created an account before, click Create Account and complete the steps to create a new account. The next step is to choose a student if you have enrolled a student in previous years, or Add Student if you have never enrolled a student in the district before. Once logged in, you will see the introduction page. Read the information and click Next to go to the verification page. Before you can proceed to the rest of the form, you must answer a few questions in the verification page. Make sure you are enrolling for the correct school year. If you are in the wrong school year, just close the form and go back to the RISD online enrollment website to select the correct form. You will be able to proceed to the new student form once you have verified you are completing the correct form. The new student enrollment form is very similar to the returning student enrollment form, but it has more pages to go through. We can also find the school locator in the new student form. We are going to cover the school locator in this demo. In the student's residence section, enter the complete student's home address in order to find the school associated with the student's address. Then, click the Find Zone School button. If the address is not complete or is wrong, the student's application will not have a school assigned upon submission. If that is the case, the student's application will be forwarded to the appropriate school once the student's address is verified. If you believe that your home address is correct, but the system is not able to find the school associated with your home address, please contact your school. Make sure to go through all of the different pages and complete the required fields. Required fields are marked with Require. Once you have completed all the required fields, the status of each page will show a green check mark, and the Submit button becomes available. Before clicking on the Submit button, be sure to check your data. If you have not uploaded your documents, this is the time to do it. Once you click Submit, no more changes can be done to the application, and no more documents can be uploaded through the online form. When ready, click Submit. Wait for a few seconds, and the confirmation page will appear. At this time, you have submitted your child's online enrollment and are no longer able to make corrections or submit pending documents through the online enrollment form. At this point, the student's submitted form is not considered complete or finalized. The school associated with the student's address will receive the form and review it to make sure everything is correct and required documents have been submitted. If something is missing or incorrect, the school will contact you. Next, we are going to cover information about how to submit pending documents. It is recommended that you upload your documents as you enroll online, but if you decide not to do that, you may bring the required documents to the campus. You can also call your school for questions or directions on how to submit your pending documents. Once an application is submitted, no more documents can be submitted through the online application, as the application can only be submitted once. Therefore, parents should contact their current schools to submit pending documents. On this slide, we are going to cover information about the last date to enroll with the Snapcode. The last date to enroll with the Snapcode is June 4th. As a reminder, a Snapcode is a unique enrollment code assigned to each student. It serves as a key for parents to access their child's online enrollment form, which contains confidential information about the student. Therefore, Snapcodes cannot be provided over the phone or email addresses that are different from the primary's contact email address. After June 4th, students who missed the deadline will need to enroll as new students. On this next slide, we are going to cover information about who to contact for help. Families should contact their schools for any questions about enrollment or to submit pending documents. For technical assistance, families can contact PowerSchool technical support. Families can also visit the PowerSchool Community Help website for helpful articles or click Contact Support from any PowerSchool page to report a technical problem. Online chat support is also available to families through the PowerSchool community. For online enrollment general questions, families can contact the Enrolled Support team. Student Services can assist families with any special enrollment needs, such as affidavit renewals. For pre-K information, families can visit the Pre-K for All website. All of this information is available on the RISD Online Enrollment website. Families should visit the RISD Online Enrollment website for important information and updates about the enrollment process. Information is constantly updated. This concludes our presentation for today. Thank you for watching.